So Valentine's Day is upon us. Ryan Osborne joined by Mark Pavlovich and Joseph Pavlenko, in addition to Lily Mashburn and Kaleb Ramos here at the studio as Hornet Radio gives you some Valentine's Day specials. And when I take a look at all of you guys, there's one thing that is always going to make Valentine's Day great, and it's love songs. And so that's our topic for today. We're going to go through a love song draft here on Hornet Radio.
Do we also want to talk about, since we're speaking of love, how, most people who have aspirations of marriage also will statistically get divorced?
I mean, sure.
I'm just trying to set a baseline.
I mean, we had the big game this last week. They had a coin flip at the start. It's the same thing as marriage, 50-50 in America. So there you go.
That's right. And just like in marriages, there are winners and there are losers.
So what you're saying is Valentine's in love is like the big game.
Yeah, pretty much. Exactly. Yes, that is exactly what happens. Yeah.
And you got to go through an entire regular season to get there.
There you go. So, since this is the 14th, it means that we're going to shuffle it on up 14 times, and we will get our order for this draft. So there's Joe going ahead and shuffling across. He's got the opportunity to keep the order going.
Is this like the icky shuffle?
Yeah.
I haven't thought of that in a while. That's been a while.
Number 13.
That was the first thing I thought of when I saw it pop up on the screen.
Oh, wow.
Lucky 13 for Friday the 13th this week.
Okay.
Mark, Ryan, Kaleb, Lily, Joe. But we can't stop there. We need to go to the 14th, get us to Valentine's Day, and we'll be Ryan, Mark, Joe, Kaleb, and Lily.
I go first? Ugh. I didn't want this. All right. Well, with first overall has to be one of my favorite artists of all time. Now, normally everyone here at the station looks at me and says, all right, well, you like metal, you like ska, you like classic rock, so is it going to be one of those? No, it's actually a guy who's a lot older. He had a very controversial and interesting way that he passed away here in Los Angeles, but he's a classic across the entirety of the United States, and he actually set a baseline for what love songs could be in the future. Sammy Cooke with Bring It On Home to Me.
Good song. Good song. Because Ryan's already said there are winners and losers when it comes to Valentine's Day. Ryan gives you the winning side. So I'm going to go in a direction. This song, I really enjoy. I played it for everybody in this room. Kaleb wasn't there, but everybody else got to hear it. Sort of reminds me of my days when I was married. One of many times, but I was married. And so I'm going to go with a song that is a duet, and it's done by the Human League, and it's a little older, so you really need to go back to find it, and it's called Don't You Want Me, and that will be my first pick.
That's a strong pick. All right, so we're going to have to come out strong today. Something romantic, not too mushy. Something that acknowledges love is beautiful, but also it's kind of terrible at times. Something that says I love you, but also at the same time we're all doomed. Which means we're going to go with Finnish love metal gods, Him, and their cover of Chris Isaak's song, Wicked Game, somehow making it more heartbreaking. And if you're unfamiliar with Him, they're able to take a melancholic love song, drench it in reverb, couple minor chords, and then you have Billy Vallow's voice, which sounds like crushed velvet dipped in sadness. I think that's a good descriptor. It's a great song that say I have feelings, but I'm going to be cool about it.
Me next. I'm not particularly worried about anybody stealing any of my songs. They're all a bit too new for you old guys.
Whoa, wow. Okay. All right.
And they also all mean kind of something to me from my last relationship. So I'm going to start out with Carry You Home by Alex Warren. Just got nominated for a Grammy, I believe.
Didn't win.
I don't think he won, no.
So
you say Carry You Home, and the first thing that immediately pops to mind is that Fun song.
Yeah.
Yes.
Since we are the older ones, apparently.
Ancient, some would say.
Yeah, true.
Does that make me old too? Because I know that song, but not this one.
I think
aren't you younger than me?
Yes, but spiritually.
Spirit. I'll give you spiritually.
I think it's kind of a cop-out pick. Like, he sets it up, past relationships. We can't tease him about it. And then he goes with a Grammy-nominated artist just to, I'm going to say, capitalize on star power. He's trying to stack the deck in his favor.
Well, talking about star power, gotta love this guy. He's still alive and kicking it and performing.
Mark?
We all... No, not Mark.
How you feeling, buddy?
I don't think I don't know. I mean, they're both old, but I think there's a big difference in the type of old that they are. So, let me get it out first before I continue laughing.
Can I have the phone?
No phone. It is Frankie Valli, and it is Can't Take My Eyes Off of You.
Saying that Frankie
Wait
Valli
a
is still
minute.
performing is certainly a way to describe him.
Well, he's there.
He
He's
looks
there.
like an animatronic at
I
Disneyland.
was
He
gonna
looks
say
like one of
there's-
the presidents opening his mouth going, "Hi, kids, I'm here."
I don't think he knows he's there,
And
but
the song
it's
is,
okay.
and the song was what, Lily?
Can't Take My Eyes Off
Can't
of You.
take my eyes off of you.
Quiet you.
See? I
Yes.
can hit his notes.
And then because it's a snake draft, right? It's my
Mhm,
turn
mhm.
again. I will go with my list. I think Mark will like. This is another artist that we have talked about before. It is Frank Sinatra. It is the song "Maybe You'll Be There." This song is more of a depressing song. It's him or whoever the song is about longing for someone that they thought that they'd be together, but now they're just looking for them everywhere and saying, "Maybe you'll be there."
Good song. Nice choice.
Thank you. And I will kick it back to Kaleb.
I will go with a bit more of a country theme, I suppose. It's not like overly country, but I'm going to go to Thank God by Kane Brown. To me, it's just a very, like, I don't want to say emotional song, but it's one where you want to, like, it's just about being happy that you are with the person you're with, essentially. Crickets?
Okay. That was.
I got nothing.
I've got nothing. That was an ending. All right. So I went really moody, melancholy first picks. We got to balance it out. Balance all things, Ryan.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
We need something upbeat, something that captures the anxiety of being in love. Is this real or am I just overthinking that energy that I think kind of defines modern romance with social media and how quickly everybody knows what everybody else is doing. So we're going to go with the most anxiety-riddled, optimistic love song ever written, complete with a Moog synthesizer. We'll be going with Everything Is All Right by Motion City Soundtrack. That band had a way of capturing the feeling with this song of, let's say, it's the feeling of, I think this might work out, but also my brain is screaming. It's helpful despite the anxiety, or hopeful despite the anxiety. And I mean, especially in your lows in a relationship, you can't help, or you can't not love a song that's just encouraging you by saying everything is all right, despite everything else feeling like it's falling apart around you.
Well, since old has been the theme of this show so far, I mean, the two guys on both sides of me are old. And wait a minute, you're not even 30 yet, are you?
No, I am not. I'm 28.
Geez. He's not 40 and they're old. Wow, that's amazing. So let's go back even further then if we're going to go to old. I'm going to go back to Catella High School, my junior year, 1968, where I found myself falling madly in love with what else but a cheerleader. As a matter of fact, Claudette was the head cheerleader at Catella High School, and she was also on our speech and drama team. And like a good romantic individual, you want to make sure that somebody really knows that you cared about them. So I made a little sample tape kit, and basically I put this song on first, second, fourth, fifth, 7th, 9th. Out of 10, I think it played 7 times. And that's by a group called the Association back in the old days. And the song is called Cherish. It was a #1 hit. This was a group could harmonize much better than the 5 of us in this room. And it was a top hit at the time. And so, Claudette, if you're out there listening, this is still for you.
Was that already typed in?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Just making sure. My angle, I didn't have the best angle on it. It was like a ref in the big game. So when you take a look at love songs, I'm going to go with 3 of my favorite love songs in this draft. That's if they're not taken, of course. And then I'm going to go with 3 of my favorite love songs to listen to. Those are 2 very different things for myself.
Yeah, he's just got those in case somebody steals his song.
Wait. This is 5 picks. Are you trying to do like the big game draft? You're just going to announce one person accompanied by other person as a backup song?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Pretty much. It was each of my songs is going to have a pair. It's like a good meal that you can get at Bubba Gump's. You end up going there, you get your main meal, you also have an appetizer, you have a couple of sides, and you have a drink to go with it. That's exactly the same thing.
I would have gone with second breakfast to pair with first breakfast, but Bubba Gump's, sure.
Yeah, see? It all works. It all works.
I want this new material that we're buying because I've got my grip on the cage here. Can I get Lily to hit the red foul button because the Joe rule has just been invoked on these multiple picks?
I haven't even said my picks yet. Yeah.
That's it.
So my next pick is actually going to be from Eric Clapton. Eric Clapton has some of the most iconic songs that you could ever listen to, but I think the one that really takes it for me is not Layla.
Oh, that's
a lot of people thought it would be Layla.
I did. I really thought I was getting ready to sing it.
The one that I really think has more emotion to it and is an actual love song, I think Layla is passion. I think that's what that song is about. But Wonderful Tonight is about loving a person.
That's a good song. That's a good song. You're up again.
Oh, I'm up again? Oh,
yeah.
My goodness sakes. All right, so now we're just going to have to go ska with it. So I ended up getting my first 2 songs that I really, really love. And that is going to end up bringing me into the first of my ska songs. And since I know that none of my ska songs are going to be taken, I'm going to have the run of what I want them to be. So I'm going to go with Starpool, who is one of my favorite bands of all time. In fact, it is the band that got me into ska. And if you listen to the song, it is very funny. It tells a story. And it's Give Me Your Love by Starpool.
Well, that brings it to me, and since we're Hornet Radio, and we talk about our alumni, which none of you seem to do in here and ever mention their names, I do believe that one or both of these individuals attended Fullerton College at one time. And they were Anaheim boys. Bobby Hatfield, that everybody should know who he was. And then, of course, the man with the soulful sound back in his day, Bill Medley, were together as the Righteous Brothers. And we've heard this song in multiple movies, probably with one of the lousiest actors of all time, actually plays on a jukebox, which drove me nuts because, the 5'5" actor probably can't even dance that was in that movie. So I'm going to go with, like most of you in this room, I think it's already happened to you. You've lost that love and feeling. I know Ryan has. So we'll see. And then I'm not sure about Joe, but he'll explain it to me if we give him enough time on the next pick. So I'm going with You Lost That Love and Feeling by the Righteous Brothers.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Is that a dig?
That is a very good one.
You trying to say something, Mark? It's all right. I have something to say. So
Don't you always?
Everybody's going deep into the romance. Makes me regret maybe the pick of Everything Is All Right a little bit. So we're going to go deeper into the romantic darkness. Something that commits fully to the thought that love is eternal, but also possibly unhealthy vibe. This is
like
a song
Taco
that's...
Bell.
Yeah, just like Taco Bell. This song also asks, would you die for love? And it expects you to say yes. We're going with Join Me in Death from him. Peak love metal. Villy Vallow is literally singing Join Me in Death as a romantic proposition, and it somehow works. The song's romantic, it's gothic, it's everything Valentine's Day should be if Valentine's was orchestrated by Edgar Allan Poe, that is. Yeah. So, I mean, the risk kind of is with this song, put it on your playlist. It's a great song. Just maybe communicate with your significant other, because if you don't, they might think you're propositioning a murder-suicide on Valentine's Day, and that'd be unfortunate. Communication is key in all relationships, guys.
True.
That is
There's your black
very, very
rose.
true.
Actually, it's a Black Dahlia.
Yeah, I was in that series.
No, okay,
Oh,
okay.
I am going to go over to another kind of newer artist, Noah Kahn, and I'm going to go with Everywhere Everything from him. It's essentially of saying, I'm going to love you until we both die, essentially. So that's the main component of that song, and I really enjoy it as well.
I wrote that out.
Well, I mean, everyone's talking about death, and I'm sorry I don't have a song about death, but I mean, this song, I mean, I don't know, maybe like Dean Martin is talking about death when he says this, but ain't that a kick in the head? A kick in the head can kill you, but so can love. And, you know, that's what he's talking about. He's saying, like, love just comes out of nowhere, and it's a kick in the head. So it's up to you to decide what that means, but after Dean Martin, I will have to choose. This also sounds like dying and going to heaven. It's Bobby Darin's I'm Beginning to See the Light, which is something you see when you die. Maybe, unless you go to hell. But
Yeah,
Ryan and I are going to listen to this song for eternity.
say.
We know where we're going.
Wow.
But once again, this song is also about when you find love, you're starting to see the light. It comes out of nowhere, but your life changes. So I will kick it back to you, Kaleb.
We have kind of a death theme going on, and I'm going to flip it to kind of undead. And on top of that, is there really a love song draft if there's no Disney in there? I'm going to go to Someday from the Disney Channel original movie Zombies, because they've gone through, I believe, 4 of them, and it's in all 4, and it gets more and more emotional every single time.
You end so abruptly, sir. I'm expecting everybody to be me. So we're going to go with, I think we need more pop punk. Again, balance. We're going with balance. So we're going to go with the song that says, take your things when I'm not around. Let your brother know I won't be around because you hold me down. And that's Hold Me Down from Motion City Soundtrack, a song about finding out that sometimes love just doesn't work, and that's okay. Maybe the breakup stings. Maybe you need to move on with your life because you realize you might dearly care for that person, but somehow they hold you down, they hold you back. It's not quite the relationship that you thought it could or would be, and so you have to unfortunately say goodbye, and sometimes you have to let the person know. You hold me down.
Not a lot of variety there in your artist there, Joe.
I mean, we're going through goth. I mean, I could go with the 69 Eyes, with something like like Brandon or Only Eyes for You. I could go Dance d'Amour.
We're not KBPK anymore. We don't have. It's not the best variety.
I never said it was. I was just making I'm allowed to make an observation. Am I not?
Valentine's Day, and I'm picking with my heart. And how dare you, good sir, tell me to not be true to what I feel.
I never said don't be true. I was just making an observation. I'm allowed to have an opinion.
Topicular. He's being topicular.
He's being consistent, which is something you need in a relationship. If you can't commit, then...
And he's communicating properly.
Exactly. That's all that matters.
Joe's just letting you know when they say goodbye, make sure you got $50,000 in the bank because that's what it's going to cost you when they wave goodbye to you. I'm just bringing that up to all of you future in-love individuals that are around here. But go ahead, Joe.
Oh, and well, I was also going to say same artist, but I mean, I feel like I'm covering different aspects of the emotional spectrum over Valentine's Day, or as my lovely daughter would like to say, Heart Day.
Oh, that's a good one.
Well, and so Caleb, since you're complaining about
I
that,
wasn't complaining. I was just
Okay,
making
well,
I'm allowed to make an observation.
I was just gonna say, yeah, it did to me too. So
Get 'em, Mark.
let's go in this direction though. When a man loves a woman,
That's a good song.
there's a song that's all about Valentine's Day. And Lily's going, wait a minute, I didn't know that Mark had a voice that could actually, studied voice for 10 years, and I can belt a song like. Not like most of you that need a microphone. We can belt it. I did. Percy Sledge did this song, and of course, if you listen to Percy Sledge sing it, he was probably drinking while he was singing it anyway. It's one of those songs that as soon as it starts, you can remember all those individuals in your life. And I don't know if everybody in this room can do it. I know a lot of us old people can when we hear certain songs, and I don't know if the youthful people to my left do it now, but when a song comes into a room, you can say, I remember going out with so-and-so. I remember when I wanted to date so-and-so. This is one of those songs that brings back the memories from your past, and you will see those people that you love, that certain woman or that young man, and they're the age you remember them at. And this song does it for you. So on Valentine's Day, if you're at home, make sure to flick on this song, Little Righteous Brothers 2, The Association, and you'll be sitting there thinking you're back to being 18 years old.
So there you go. So that'll bring it over to myself. Now, since it is a snake draft, I end up getting my final 2 picks in here. Are we going with an honorable mention song, or are we just going straight 5?
Well, knowing Joe, it might be 15, but I get out.
I don't mind the 5 with an honorable mention. Like, I would have put this on the list,
Yeah.
and I don't mind dropping one of those. We don't have to go into detail.
Sounds good with me. So then I'm going to go Life Eternal by Ghost. The first 3 lines, can you hear me say your name forever? Can you see me longing for you forever? Would you let me touch your soul forever? I think that's one of my favorites if you're looking at a metal song. Metallica has a couple, but just doesn't do it for me. If anything, Ghost has this with Life Eternal, and then also Dance Maccabee. This is the one that's going to be on my list. Now, that brings me to probably one of my favorite ska songs of all time, because if you ended up listening to ska when you were in high school, or at least in the early stages of Streetlight Manifesto, or Skankin' Pickle, or any of those third wave ska people, you knew who Catch-22 was. Catch-22, a band out of New Jersey, ended up spawning and turning into one of the quickest, most successful bands of their time in a 2-year span. And then they broke up and turned into 2 completely different bands because they just couldn't stand each other. But they had one that encapsulated?
Encapsulated.
Yeah, there you go. Encapsulated teenage angst the best way possible. So my final pick is Christina, She Don't Know I Exist. Now, if you're thinking to yourself, all right, well, that is certainly a title. Let me just tell you what the chorus is, just real quick here, Mark. Christina, you don't know me, so I'll have to persist. I'm kind of shy, so I'm wondering why. Christina, she don't know I exist. The opening lines to the song, Mark, not long ago in my high school days, I watched a girl from so far away. Every time she passed me by, I would turn my head and quietly sigh. So teenage angst, you don't know what you don't know yet because you're just too young to understand what love is. Christina, She Don't Know I Exist is my last one.
Wow. Ryan just went through my history in high school. I'm getting ready to start sobbing. Joe, can you come over here? You got big shoulders. I'll lay my head there. Well, we're down to our last ones, and being a California boy, I think it's only right that I go to the group that I went to when Wade did her documentary. And probably when we talk about a group that can harmonize, when we talk about a group that's got some of the greatest or the greatest composer in rock music, I'm going to go with God Only Knows by the Beach Boys as my number 5 pick. Because, I mean, you can drive down the street and listen to that, and you actually know what's going on. And Ryan, because we have an honorable mention, I'm going to throw mine in now. And yeah, it'll probably get bleeped, but my honorable mention is going to be Got to find it on my list here. I was all ready. I'm going down my list. I'm looking at it. Where are you?
Already, and then completely lost
Oh,
it.
there it is. Right down here. Well, see, I got 44 songs I could talk about on here. So I'm going with Marvin Gaye. You want to listen to a voice. Marvin Gaye's voice is that one
I
you
know which
can
one you're
go
going to.
home, and you know where I'm going with this,
I think I
don't
know where
you?
you're going.
So we're going to take as the honorable mention, and I think it's only true since it's Valentine's Day, and we're going to do a little sexual healing
That's the one.
with Marvin Gaye.
Well, all right. Since Caleb's been busting my chops, we're gonna go with one of the alternatives of that I had. We're gonna go with something sincere, something without the irony or darkness. A song that captures the simple promise of enduring love. A song that says, "I'll wait for you," without any gothic metaphors or anxious overthinking. We're going to go to The Boss, where he delivers pure, unfiltered, romantic commitment in the most earnest way possible with the song If I Should Fall Behind. This is The Boss at maybe one of his most tender songs, and the song is just about the quiet promise of saying, "I'll wait for you. Should I fall behind, wait for me."
I like
It's
it.
talking about going down the road of life together and the commitment. It's about a mature love and understanding love. It's about enduring love. And so after the heavy gothic metaphors, the death, the anxiousness, we're going with that. For an honorable mention, since everybody else seems to be doing one, Ryan, you mentioned, what was yours again? Because I got marked.
I was
actually
gonna say
didn't
Ryan
mention
never
mine.
gave his
Yeah.
honorable mention.
Mine was going to be A Better Place, A Better Time, which is by Streetlight Manifesto, and it is, I mean, if you go back to the earlier part of the show and you want to talk about a theme of death, this is a person who is completely and wholly in love with a woman, but she unfortunately has thoughts of, harming oneself, and this is his entire love song of just trying to say how much he cares for her so that way it doesn't happen.
So my honorable mention, it's not on the main list, but I want something high energy. I want something...
Oh, Joe's going ska too.
I want something that has maybe one of the most iconic guitar solos in rock and roll. We're going to go with Hearts. What is it? I believe it's Crazy on You, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's about being wild, being headstrong into somebody, and how you just want to be with them.
You're absolutely right. Yeah. Oh, I thought Joe was good.
You know-
I thought I had a guitar solo going.
Well, you were. It was a good guitar solo, but change of pace, Caleb gave me,
He did.
and so we called some audibles because we don't like being made fun of when we're following our heart. It's not what Valentine's. That's not what Love Day is about.
Not very
so-
loving.
No, it's not.
Oh. Big man flogging.
My pick, I'm going to go with, since we've had a lot of songs that are about deep love, eternal love, stuff like that, I'm going to kind of flip it back to the start of that fun start of relationship stage. It's going to be Favorite T-Shirt by Jake Scott. And it's essentially about being in that first fun stage of a relationship where you're going on all these adventures with your significant other, and about those kind of simpler times before it gets into that deeper relationship part. And for an honorable mention, I'm going to go back the other way now. I'm going to go My Home by Miles Smith. Yeah,
That's a good Metallica song.
essentially, it's going to be My Home by Miles Smith, and it's about knowing that even if you guys don't work out, that you always are going to have a special place in each other's hearts.
So, as we know, Caleb's the type of guy that on Valentine's Day brings you a T-shirt, brings you a cassette tape of his favorite songs and his favorite candy while he's eating it. And then when he breaks up with you, He wants the T-shirt back and the tape and $5.95 for the Kmart candy that he bought you.
See, it's all fun and games until you're quietly at your house. It's Valentine's Day weekend, and then you hear outside the window, it's just Mark and his 3 best friends just going, doom, 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 doom.
You see, Mark, I have never broken up with anybody.
Somebody. We actually did.
Mark, I've never broken up with anybody, so I wouldn't know, but just I've gotten broken up with twice. So, it
You're 0 for 2. You gotta go on the offensive.
So I was gonna say, so he's been a loser twice. Because the winner walks away.
How many divorces was that?
Actually, one was an annulment, all right, in New York. And at least I can say I've had more than one woman who's been in love with me. So I don't know about either of you 3 guys in here. Some of us are just a natural lover. Oh, wait a minute.
I'm also
That's
only 20.
Marvin Gaye?
Yeah,
I need a little Marvin Gaye
say.
behind me.
There you go.
I'm scared.
This has gone off the rails in a serious
Just
way.
a little bit.
I'm scared, but I will help everyone else who is scared and listening to this by moving it along. So, my final song is kind of like Joe's. Not in sound, but his song was also in a Guardians movie, Guardians of the Galaxy. But this one is from Guardians of the Galaxy 1. And it's when Gamora and Peter are first connecting. And the song plays in the headphones, and it's Fooled Around and Fell in Love by Elvin Bishop. I just really like this song. It's come back into my rotation recently, and it makes me want to watch that movie again. And yeah, that's my final
And
pick.
here I was thinking that you were going to go to
music.
Redbone.
Old
no
music.
that would maybe be my honorable mention, but I'm gonna have to switch it up, make it not predictable, and go with Baby I Love You by the Ramones.
Do you know how she picks on me all the time, but do you know where most of her music was today?
On the list?
It was on the list, was in the era and the music that she knows somebody at this table, an older guy, not the 2 guys to my right and left, but the older guy, she's right in my era. So she's a true romanticist with knowing where the great romantic songs come from.
Thank you.
I don't know what you're talking about. My honorable mention, my number 5 pick almost was Beer by Real Big Fish.
I think this
That's
is
a love song.
I think this is a great playlist that'll
Yeah.
be available. I think anybody that has plans going somewhere, staying in, check us out on Spotify. Load up this playlist. You'll have an evening.
I have a long drive up to where I'm staying on Valentine's Day weekend this weekend, what am I doing? I'm going to be listening to this just to hear everything. I know about 75% of all the songs that were spoken of here, so I'm happy with 75%.
Am I somehow the 25%?
No.
I thought I was gonna say I thought it'd be me.
Yeah, it's mostly Caleb.
I was gonna say I'm
It's like
pretty sure
4
it'd be
out of Caleb's
me.
5.
There's 6 up there.
It's like 4 out of Caleb's 5. Caleb actually put okay, real quick. You look at Noah Khan, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like Chris Tanev in the NHL. If you look him up, they look exactly the same. So that's actually going to do it for our Valentine's Day special. Take a look at all the playlists that we have coming out of this special. You can check them out on our Spotify list. And keep with Fullerton College, Hornet Radio's Instagram pages. We're going to continue to release content and our YouTube page as well. For Caleb, Lily, Joe, Mark, and myself, Ryan, you have been listening to the Valentine's Day weekend special here on Hornet Radio.
That was almost a great way to take me home tonight, Ryan, but then you had to mess it up at the
Take
end.
me home tonight.